Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Manifesting Money, or welcome if you're new. Today, we are budgeting our final paycheck for January. We're doing it a little bit early. I got the total from work that I have for my paycheck. And since actual payday is also the end of the month, since end of the month is pretty busy as far as closing out, reconciling savings and all that stuff, we're going to do the paycheck a little bit early today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, so here we have my January paycheck all set up. I was able to get my numbers here. So let's start figuring out our actuals. So we've got a rollover here. Paycheck, it's a little bit more than expected. And then we're moving money over from sinking funds for the water bill. So this month, or this paycheck, we've got okay. So what I have done is I've set up my expense tracker to show my rollover, which I have 147.58. And then the groceries, the chore money that comes out right away. And then I just have the bills here that I'll need to fill in. I'm not going to fill this in until I actually pay them. Just so I don't get confused, because I am doing this before the money has actually hit the account. So we're not going to fill this section out until the money is deposited. So looking back on the plan, so I did see that the Discover card and the car payment went through from the HELOC. So that has been taken care of. So those are all zeroed out. And then I have my actual numbers for the other bills that I'll need to pay. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. So groceries is always the 100. 35. The phone is actually going to be those numbers. The water is that one. This is budget pay, so that's always the same. The HELOC I'm going to make is dollars and cents, but I'm just rounding up on that payment. And then my progressive has gone up a little bit. So there's that total there. All right. So I'll get these numbers here. So I got $963.76, which feels different by like $40. So what did I miss? I must have not added something right. Let's see. 100, 35, 39.28, 99 cents, 199, 219.98. Oh, I always forget to add that darn buffer. I need to move that up in the list. It's just weird because of those payments. There we go. All right. So we'll minus the actual amount that we have. So that gives us a leftover. Okay. All righty. Okay, so now we're going to take a minute to actually reconcile our cash stuffing. Again, this is prop money. So it's not real, but I am trying it to see how it actually helps me save. And it It actually has. There's been a few times that I've been like, ooh, I don't really want to have to pull cash out of there, so I'm not gonna. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to take out all the extra from my personal spending, from my fast food, from the kids, and from the buffer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the buffer back up first. So we're going to find $50 here. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that is the buffer back to 50. And that leaves me with $3 to spare, which I'm going to record. I'm going to put that here for the savings amount. And what I've decided I'm going to do is that I got this 100 envelope saving challenge forever ago when I was like, yeah, I'll do cash stuffing, and then realized that I don't ever actually spend real cash. But I have my prop money now. So I have this $3, and we are going to start putting it towards my 100 envelope challenge. So $3 is going in the $3 spot. The way I'm going to track this is digitally, obviously. So in my savings plans, I have made a 100 envelope savings challenge page. So what my plan is that as I fill this up, I've made myself a little square to make it easy. I'm going to shade it in here and record it here. So this will be, we're going to say this is going to be on the 31st because that's when the money is moving. And we're putting in $3 to bring the balance to $3. So then when I do my sinking fund reconciliation, at the end of the month, I've added a line here for my 100 envelope challenge so I can keep track of that total because all of my sinking funds go to the same high yield savings account. And we're going to do this when it's the end of the month. So we'll do that later. But back in here, okay, so now my buffer has been satisfied. And we're going to go ahead and stuff my cash envelopes. So, gas is always $25, so I don't have an envelope for that one. If it ever comes up that I'm doing like car repairs, I might grab an envelope for that because car and gas, I tend to just lump them together. So $25 just goes in the tank. I don't need an envelope for it because it's always that amount. Personal, I'm actually giving myself $75 this pay period because I want to go get my hair cut. So planning on that. So there's $75 for personal spending. Fast food is getting $25. Kids are getting $25. Okay, and then buffer has been done. And then for the kids, I'm going to put their chore money in here as well. So that's another $35 from this pay period. So you know I cannot. Okay. So that leaves the $70 for them. They can each, it's a whole thing, but they earn money towards their allowance. I have a cap on how much they can make a month so they don't break me. So they can make up to $35 each a month doing chores. And then I pay them out, and whatever they don't get paid out from their allowance or from their chore money, I put that towards savings or sinking funds. And then the rest of these sinking funds we will deal with in just a little bit. And by that, I mean a very little bit. So, Lord. Okay, so back in here, we've got our 25, 25, 75, 25. And then the $3 from the savings challenge. So that puts this is going to be 153. So we've got the 606.19. So that leaves us with 453.19. Okay. All righty. So when it comes to sinking funds, I've got a little bit more wiggle room here. I'm going to put more probably just towards the Capital One card just because getting that paid down would be fantastic. So normally my sinking fund total is 151 for this paycheck specifically, because for the water bill, I'm not going to put money into that one because I'm paying that one this pay period. So but I do have a bit extra, so I am going to double some of these. So what we're going to do is I've got 453. So we're going to do double that. We're going to do 58 there. All right, 453 minus 58. Here we're going to do 34 just to pad these up a little bit faster. This one we're going to double as well. Why not? Car maintenance, we'll just put an even 50 in there. Car registration we'll leave at 10. School, we'll just put an even 20 in there. Birthdays, we'll still do the 15. Halloween, we'll just do an even, we'll do 15 in there too. Okay. So that leaves us with $227.19. We're gonna do $20 on Fidelity. Actually, let's invest, babies. Let's get wild and do 25. So I've got the 227.19 minus 25. Okay, which means in here we're gonna do. I kind of want to work on building my account buffer up to $75. I would like to get it to 100 just because I feel like that feels like a safe amount to just have in the checking account just in case. So what I'm going to do is I will just round this up. We're going to do 175 on the Capital One card. And that leaves us with 27.19, which the goal will be to roll that over into the first paycheck of February to start building my account buffer up to 75, ideally getting it to 100 instead of just the 50. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to add these up real quick so I can do my math. Okay, so we're going to do 226 just to make sure I did that right. Perfect. 453.19. Okay. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Okay, so now we're going to actually pack this. Because the water all lives together in one envelope, I'm going to make it easy on myself. $16. Okie dokie. So, okay. And I'm actually going to open up a second screen so that I can update my sinking funds tracker as we go. So, just a little rotation here. Okay, so water, I already recorded here that I'm going to do the withdrawal out of that account for the 127, so that's already marked on here. So this is going to be, and just to make it easy on myself, actually, even easier still. It'll make sense in a second, I promise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see here. So we're adding 58. Brings this to 87. Three. Three is getting all right. And 4 is getting 4. 6. Okay, and now go ahead and add our 116. Our total here. Oh my gosh, do you ever wish you just had an undo button? Okay, so this is the 116 that oh, right, I need to take out. Okay, so there's the 116 that we're adding, but I need to take 124 out of here. So, because I did not do that before. I don't think I did. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. So there's one. I'm going to break a 50. So here's my 50. Oh, from the Bank of Sarah. All right, so 120. Break a 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's the 124 that I am withdrawing from the first quarter. So what we should have in here, and I can double check this, easy peasy. So I should have 87 plus 51 plus 36 and 74. 1, 20, 30, 45, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Clearly I've messed something up. So I'm going to revisit this off screen because I'm confusing myself because I can't remember if I pulled that 124 out already. Clearly I did not. All right, y'all. We're just going to, I'm just going to set this aside. We're going to come back to the water envelope. We shouldn't have to. All right, we're just going to start fresh. So quarter one, water, empty. I might have to get separate envelopes for this because I am really making a mess here. All right, so quarter one, empty. Quarter two, 87. Quarter three, 51. Quarter four, 36. So I should have 174 in this. 150, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what I'm thinking. Listen, I'm new to all of this, and I have now learned that if I write it down, I must do it immediately. Otherwise, it just gets too confusing. I've been doing that with like the individual spending. Like when I wrote it down, I would pull it out right away. And I just don't know. I don't know what happened here. So, all right. But we're learning, right? We're learning to be more careful. Okay, 174 in water. So this is for second, third, and fourth quarter water. Gracious. Okay. Car maintenance should have 36. Right, 20, 36. We are adding 50 to that. That makes this easy. Okay. So 131, we are depositing 50. That brings us to oh my gosh. Okay. So I realized that my sound cut out with like 5 minutes to spare in the video. So needless to say, I finished stuffing my sinking funds in here. And then as I was sitting with it, I wanted to make some changes. So I'm just going to show you what I've changed really quickly here. So in my actual budget, I left off having like an extra $25, but I like to do a zero-based budget, which means every dollar is accounted for. So what I did, I went back and I included that $25 in my buffer, and then I redid my math. I dropped the cents at this point because these are all solid dollar categories from here. So I stopped accounting for that 19 cents. It's fine. So added the buffer here, readjusted my math, and then I'm going to put 177 on my credit card. So those are the changes that I made on the actual budget. And then what I did to make it easier for myself, as y'all saw the struggle, in my water category, I just took it and broke it down into each quarter. So basically there's now there are little subcategories for each of the quarters in the water envelope. So I don't have to do confusing math and stuff like that. So now when I do my water, I can just get out all of them, do each of the quarters individually, and go from there. So those are the adjustments that I made because our budgets are living documents. They're here to change. They're here to work for us. So hopefully making those adjustments makes sense. Sorry you didn't get to see me stuff the last few envelopes, but they're all set to go, and I am ready for my paycheck on the 31st. Coming soon, we're going to close out the month of January and update all of our savings and debt and get all of that stuff squared away. So we'll be doing that soon here once the end of the month officially rolls around. So I hope you'll have a great day. I hope your budgets are going well. Let me know if you have any challenges. Tell me one of your biggest successes for January. I want to hear all about it. I'm here with you, rooting you on. We've got this. Have a great day.